our R and our T, our time for years. And we don't worry about these things that are up here because it's compounding continuously. That's where the E comes in. Okay, so I'll remember this. This is our PERT formula. So our question here is, a sum of $10,000 is invested at an annual rate of 3.5%. Find the balance in the account after 5 years subject to monthly compounding, quarterly compounding, and continuously compounding. Well, monthly compounding, you're going to use that formula from the top. A equals, our principal is $10,000 times 1 plus, our rate is 3.5%. As a decimal, 3.5% is 0.035. So 0.035 divided by N. So the number of times a year, if it's compounding monthly, that'll be 12 times a year, to the NT power. So N is 12, number of times a year that it's compounding. And then we're going to do this for 5 years. Okay, so type that in your calculator. Make this a 60 in your calculator. That way you'll type it in right. And you should get, so you might want to pause it and then type that in and see if you get the right answer. But you should get $11,909.43. And then quarterly compounding is the same, $10,000 plus times 1 plus 0.035. If it is compounding quarterly, it's compounding 4 times a year. And we actually didn't put that one on the top, but quarterly is 4 times a year. So you may want to go up here and just write in quarterly. N is 4. Okay, and then to the 4 times 5 power. So the number of times it compounds times the years. Type that in your calculator, and again, you might want to go ahead and multiply that and put that in as a 20, and you should get $11,903.40. So you see, the more it compounds, monthly is compounding more than quarterly. So you're going to end up with more money the more often you compound. Okay? Now, what if we're continuously compounding? We should be making more than this if we're continuously compounding. So we're going to use the formula, the PERT formula. So your principal is $10,000 times E to the RT. Your rate is 0.035, and your time here is still 5 years. So you're going to type in 10,000 times E to the 0.035 times 5. Now on your calculator, I want to show you this. Since you've got a decimal here, you may not want to multiply that out first. You can type it all in your calculator, but when you type this in, you've got E, and then you're doing probably the up arrow. You want to put 0.035 times 5 in parentheses so that all of that is to the power there. So type that in your calculator and see if you can get $11,912.46. So see, you've earned more money. Now you might say that's not a whole lot more, but you only have $10,000 in there. If you had a lot of money in there, or you went like 20 years trying to, saving for retirement or something, that could really make a difference in how it's compounding. And just to compare that, what if we just looked at simple interest? Simple interest over 5 years, this same value over 5 years, if you figured that out, you're only going to earn $11,750. So you would get substantially more. So you all are getting old enough to start saving money. If you can put money aside somewhere that compounds, it'll earn you more money than just simply putting it in savings. So that is your lesson. This needs to fold and glue it in your notebook to page